I'm gonna have to hurry up because this video is going to be long. Hi everyone, it's Bree and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm gonna be talking about my newborn must-have / essentials. These are the things that I really liked. These are the things that Adeline's liked. Maybe you are pregnant or you're a first-time mom and you want like maybe some ideas for your registry or things like you want to try out with your new baby. This also can work out too if you are buying for someone that's pregnant or just had a baby. Now keep in mind, my daughter is going to be almost 9 weeks old and she was also born in February, so keep the weather in mind. Also, if you're wondering why I don't have like anything about breastfeeding or feeding your baby, anything related to that in this video, is because I want to do a whole separate video on just that. So give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you're definitely going to want to see that. Also, don't forget to subscribe. And I have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go over is clothing. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, like I said, my baby was born in February, so it was colder. This was 3 months, which was 9 pounds to 12.5 pounds. She was 8'10", so this kind of was a little big on her. But say if you have a baby maybe in October, November, I highly recommend getting one of these because there's not a lot of like newborn jackets, if that makes sense. They're all either 0 to 3 or 3 months from what I have found, because I was looking everywhere for a jacket for her. Because like I said, she was born in February and we live in Pennsylvania, so it's definitely cold around here. It's been snowing and it's April, so. But this is the jacket that I picked up for her. She finally fits into it. She fit into it when she was around like 1 month old too. But it's really cute. It has like little bear ears on it. So yeah, I definitely recommend picking up a jacket or one of these like little snowsuit jackets. Next, look how little this is. Oh, it's a newborn. She doesn't fit into it anymore, but oh, it's so cute. But get something with zippers on it. The onesies that have buttons, if you want to put them in that during the day, that's fine. But if you are up at night and you have to change them, zippers are the way to go. I don't even know why they put buttons on them because it's such a hassle. And then another thing that's really easy to change diapers in the middle of the night are these like little gowns that open at the bottom. The only thing I don't like about these is that they ride up a lot. I mean, this one is supposed to be a 0 to 6 months, so yeah, it is a little bigger on her, but even the ones that are around her size, I don't know if they're like too tight and she wants to like push her legs out or whatever, but they always ride up. But changing diapers in this is like heaven. So it's kind of like a 50-50, I guess. Also keep in mind too, if your baby's gonna be born during a cold season, you're gonna want some hats. Look how cute this little crocheted one is. I can't remember who gave this to me though, but it's really cute and this one fits her really well. You know what, I think I might have gotten this at the hospital. I think they gave this to us. I can't remember where I got this, but I like this one better than this one because I think this is a newborn size and it doesn't fit over her ears. I guess I could probably, I don't know, rip that part to like lower it over her ears. But this one I really like. She even has a small head too, and I don't know why that doesn't fit her. And then socks. You're gonna want some socks for your baby. I love these ones. These ones are a little big on her, so they kind of fall off. But look how cute these are. I like these because they almost look like shoes. So it's kind of like, you know how like you want to put shoes on your baby, but you either can't or they don't like it. I would recommend getting socks that look like shoes. And then also, if you were wondering, these little mittens, I did not use them. I opened up one package. They did not stay on her hands. I hated them. I mean, you can get them if you want. I heard that putting socks over the baby's hands works well too, but I guess it's just up to your preference. But yeah, I didn't use these. I guess this kind of ties in with feeding, but I do recommend getting a pillow, a boppy pillow, anything. It helps me to hold her on this. Like, I'll just put it on me and I can just hold her and I can feed her. But at the same time too, she can also sit in one of these. They have different types. This one I think is like meant for feeding, but they also have like boppy loungers that the babies can sit in. So that has come in handy. We brought that to the hospital and it was like heaven, because I was putting like 8 pillows under my arm trying to feed her, and H.'s like, do you want that boppy pillow? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot I had that, and it came in handy. So for the changing station, you're obviously going to want diapers. If you're buying for someone, any size will do, honestly. I got sizes 1, 2, and 3. I wouldn't recommend buying newborn sizes because, I mean, they could be bigger. Babies, you're not going to know, obviously. But like I said, she was 8. I don't know if I mentioned it, but she weighed 8 pounds 10 ounces, and so she was in size 1 diapers from like the day she was born, so she never fit into newborn. But luckily I didn't get any newborn diapers. So we started out with Pampers because that's what she wore in the hospital. This is what they are. These are the size 1, and then recently we switched over to size 2 because her blowouts were getting really bad and they weren't really fitting her. Like, I would wake up, or she would wake up, and I'd pick her up and she'd have like a little wet circle on the back of her, and I'm like, okay, these definitely don't fit her. We need to switch sizes. So I wanted to try a different brand. These are the Loves diapers, and honestly, I don't know if you guys watched my monthly update on her, but I was talking about how I think her diaper wakes her up more than she's hungry, because she'll wake up and she'll either feast or she'll snack, and most of the time she snacks. But I honestly thought it was the diaper waking her up, and last night she slept like 8 hours, and normally maybe she'll sleep 6 hours, but it's usually around 5 hours, and she slept 8 hours, and I think it was just because we switched the diapers. But it's completely up to you what brand you wanna try out. It's always trial and error. Some mothers like this brand more than that brand. I don't really have a preference. Whatever my baby likes, I'm gonna use. You're obviously gonna need some wipes. I wanted to talk about these water wipes. So in the hospital, they didn't use any baby wipes. They used like a cloth, and we would just have to wet it. So we started out with the Pampers sensitive wipes. And I mean, she was going to the bathroom like every other minute, so we were constantly obviously having to wipe her, and she got a diaper rash. And I was like, well, maybe we should try just using the plain water like we did in the hospital, but I couldn't find that like cloth material stuff that they use. So I found these water wipes, and it cleared up her rash instantly. No hate on the Pampers. I mean, just some babies react differently towards different products, you know what I mean? So that's kind of another thing too, is you're gonna have to see, is your baby gonna be sensitive to certain brands and things like that. But the water wipes, I highly recommend. Some people think that they're too wet, but I mean, they work well for her, and I like them, so we use them. It's 99.9% water and a drop of fruit extract. But so these are the ones that I use. This is the rash cream that we use. We also use the Parent's Choice one. I've also heard that like the butt paste works well. Like I said, it's your preference, whatever brand you want to use, but I feel like they pretty much all work the same. But I highly recommend getting one because that cleared up her rash instantly too. You're gonna need a changing pad. Okay, so this is the changing pad that came with her crib. As you can see, it's really thin. It's not like your normal big changing pads that a lot of parents get. But the changing pad cover fits nicely over it too. I do recommend getting one that's easy to wipe down, and maybe get a couple of them. We have at least 2. You would have seen this in my what's in my diaper bag video. But also get a portable changing pad. I like this one because it's really big. The diaper bag came with one, but I honestly don't know what I did with it. And I have another one, but it's kind of small. But I like how like wide and long this is because she's very tall. So yeah, you're gonna want one of those if you take your baby out somewhere and you need to change them. Okay, I'm sure this is a given, but you're gonna want a diaper bag. I will link my what's in my diaper bag video down below if you want to see it, but this is mine, and I recommend getting a backpack or something along the lines of like an easy carrying bag, maybe if that's a crossbody or something. The ones that are just go over your shoulder, I do not like. I don't even like purses like that because I feel like they're always falling off my shoulder. And when you're trying to handle a baby, a backpack is just so easy. Your hands free. I love it. Oh, and of course you're going to need a diaper pail. Where are those diapers going to go? I have the Munchkin brand, and I also have the Diaper Genie brand, because we did have one up in her nursery, and we also had one downstairs when we were changing her downstairs, because I had a C-section, so it was kind of hard for me to walk them down the stairs to change her. And I like both of them. The Munchkin one is a little bigger than the Diaper Genie. I'm sure they probably all come in different sizes, but always keep that in mind that babies go through a lot of diapers, so you're gonna probably want the biggest one there is. So the Soothies is what Adeline really likes. That's what they gave her in the hospital. This is the Wubbanub. We don't really ever use this anymore. We first gave it to her when she was first born, but now she doesn't really, I don't know. I feel like it's not heavy enough for her to like stay on her chest like it's supposed to. She spits it out and it still goes flying everywhere. And also now, like I said in my monthly update video on her, she isn't taking the pacifier a lot, but when she does, we usually give her the Soothie kind of pacifier. I tried giving her one of these to see if it could like stay in her mouth better, but she did not like these at all. So if she does take a pacifier, it has to be the Soothie kind. So I haven't opened this yet. I opened the other one that I got only because it came with a changing pad, but it pretty much comes with the same stuff that the other one got. I don't use these. I use the Nose Frida, and this thing works wonders. AJ usually has to help me though with it. She doesn't really like it, but it really gets all that gunk out of there. And then I also don't use, well, sometimes, because I do what they did in the hospital where they put it under their armpit to check their temperature, and that's what I use this one for. But I like this one. It's the same brand, it's just a little different, but this one just scans their head. 98.4. These things come with those like nail clippers and the little nail files. Obviously you don't want to use those because you can clip their fingers and it doesn't really file their nails at all either. But I'll tell you what's my holy grail. Oh, and it's a little nail file kit, but here, I'm gonna turn it on. There's different settings. So there's like a newborn setting, 3-month, 6-month, etc, etc. There's even one for adults, but all you do is just put the correct like age file tip on and turn it on, and it files their nails, and it works really well because she liked getting her nails filed, except those little filers didn't do anything. And I'm like, well, her nails are getting so long, and she would not let me bite them for the life of her. She would get so mad. Like I would try and feed her and bite them just so, like, she would be distracted, and she was not having it. So I'm like, well, I need to get something. So I picked up this and it's worked wonders. So we use the Baby Dove. Her pediatrician recommended it, and we only wash our hair once a week. We don't really wash our body yet. We usually just use water. I did get the Johnson & Johnson. I got the Parent's Choice. I basically got Aveeno. I got everything under the sun for my baby shower, and she was like, use Dove. And I'm like, so we are using this now. When she gets a little older, we'll probably obviously try all the other products, so I definitely want to use them up. I don't want them to go to waste. I'm sure they all work the same, but so far, I mean, I like the Dove. And then I got this. It tells the temperature of the water. Oops. There is a suction on it, but normally we just put it in the bathtub and just run the water over top of it. It'll turn blue if it's too cold. It'll turn red if it's too hot. And then obviously green means good. So I like that because, like, I think the water's fine, but a baby is different. Obviously they can't have it like scalding hot. This is the tub that I got. She fits into it. She fit into it the first time we ever put her in. The newborn insert, I didn't really like it, plus she didn't need it anyways. She was holding herself up really well in it, but if you are going to use it, definitely get something with a newborn insert in it if you want. We didn't need to use it. Can we take a moment? This whole bin right here is full of washcloths. I do like these thicker ones. I don't know if you can tell compared to like, let me see, like this thin one. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this one's a lot thicker than this one. And I like using this one to put over her stomach to keep her warm. And I usually just use these ones to like wipe her face, wipe her body, things like that, her hands. But I literally have so many. Just go down to the bottom one. You're gonna want towels, obviously. This one I like, it's a little thicker, but I do have a couple that are thin, and right when I like lay her down, I mean her body's wet obviously, and I feel like the towel like just gets soaked, and then she's cold and she's crying and I feel really bad. So try and find, like if you want to put these on your registry or if you're buying for someone, try to find ones that are thicker, you know what I'm saying? You're obviously gonna want a car seat and a stroller. I do recommend, I'm like looking everywhere, so we did get this. It was supposed to like support her head, and I also did get these, but then someone told me that a baby was wearing these and they slid out of their car seat in a car accident. I'm not exactly sure sorry, the whole story behind it, but thank goodness she doesn't need these anymore. I mean, I could still put this in because you can adjust it, but she holds herself up really well now, so I don't have them in her car seat anymore. What else? Oh yeah, you're gonna want a mirror to see your baby. This one is for AJ's car, that's why it's not open yet. Mine's in my car, which if you guys have seen my vlogs, then you would have known, or you would have seen her. Oh, you guys can see, like, look at all this stuff I have just chilling everywhere. But yeah, I do recommend getting one of these. I also recommend getting a sun block visor thing for the window, the Pack and Play. This thing was a lifesaver. It's what we put her in when she first came home from the hospital. I didn't want to spend money on a little bassinet sleeper thing that she was only going to be sleeping in for like a couple months. With the Pack and Play, at least we can like travel with it, and I can bring it to other places like my mom's house, things like that. But she slept well in it. It also came with this little napper. Oh, it's too big, which was really cute. It also came with a changing pad, so I recommend getting a Pack and Play that has like a lot of those extra features on it. She's kind of over sleeping in this napper now. Normally if she has to take a nap, I put her in her crib now, but that was nice to have. So like we would put her in this like when we were downstairs and if she needed to nap, because obviously newborn babies sleep like 24/7. I don't have a dresser for her. I just use this little cubicle thing, which works really well. And then the crib actually came with the changing table attached to it, and it also has drawers underneath, which was really nice. For swaddles and like swaddle blankets, I had, as you can see, I have a lot of these little swaddle blankets. I don't really use these a lot. One, because I couldn't swaddle her really well. I do use these for other purposes. Sometimes I'll use it for like a burp cloth, or if it's hot and I don't want to put like a big heavy blanket over her like car seat to cover her up, I'll cover her with this. We use this when we go to the doctor because it's kind of cold in there, so I'll wrap her up in that. But for the most part, like for sleeping, I don't really ever use that. I usually use these blankets or swaddles. It's Velcro, it's like foolproof. And then I thought this one was really cute. This one was from TJ Maxx, and it's really nice because it's really like warm on the inside. Oh, obviously you're gonna need a monitor. The one that I use is Summer Infant, I think is what it's called. That's worked really well. It also came with like a nightlight built into it, and it also will tell you the temperature of the room. You don't have to, but I got her this nightlight. It like spins and it shows stars and moons on her ceiling, and she absolutely loves it. It has 3 different colors. It is red, blue, and green. And then depending on like which setting you want, you can either just do like the red light, the green, or the blue light. And then there's also different settings where they're like blue and green or red and green, like things like that. This is the one that we use. I really like it. It has like 4 different songs, I think. Yeah, it plays 4 melodies and 4 nature sounds. And then it also has a built-in night light too. And then there's also a separate light that shows like star, or it projects moon and star patterns. She likes looking at that. The belly glows. So yeah, that was cool. We got this at Target. Toys and miscellaneous section now. My mom got this for her for Easter. And I love it because it's for like 0, I think, to whatever age, but
here's one of my favorites. The itsy bitsy star. I'd love to sing with you.
You done? But it lights up, plays music, and she just loves to like lay there, and like I'll sing to her because it sings the ABCs. It played obviously the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Lights up, tells you colors, things like that. It talks to her, but I also talk with her too, if that makes sense. And she just loves it. She'll just smile and like look at this thing all day. So I recommend getting toys that light up, make noise, something that like gets their attention, you know what I'm saying? And then what else? Oh, you're definitely gonna want a playmat or a jungle gym. She uses hers for tummy time. She'll lay there, we put toys hanging off of it. She just, well, now she's more into like getting up and like looking around and everything, but sometimes when she just wants to like lay there and play, we'll use her tummy mat for that. And then she's now finally getting into her swing. We put her in it when she was like a couple weeks old and she wasn't really having it, but now she enjoys it. She'll sometimes take a nap in it, like a 5-minute cat nap. She'll just swing and have the time of her life. And then we also use one of those bouncer chairs. She kind of likes that. It depends on her mood, but like I said, now she's more into the swing. But I do recommend getting one of those bouncy chairs as well. You guys, oh gosh, her room's trash, but I think that's it. I know when I was making my registry, I was looking up a ton of videos on like what should I put on there, what am I gonna need, things like that. So I just wanted to make this video to help you guys out in case you were curious. I'm gonna stop rambling now. I've talked way too much. Give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you liked it. Comment down below any other videos that you want to see from me, and also don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!